Hey everybody, what's up? Circus here coming at you with a viewer requested video. We did a new player account for Zexel, and in the comments, a lot of people were asking, what about selection boxes? What do we do with those? Are they worth going into? And if they are, which one would you go into? I got Rye here with me because he's very stingy with his gems. He's stingy with his money, so he's good with
No,
this.
we'll see you guys next video. And remember
Yep.
to subscribe. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, thank you very much. We're done.
um, so like the short answer is if you're in a position where you have to ask, should I get the selection box? No, you should not. There's
Right.
only one reason to get a selection box or any of the selection boxes. If you plan on buying the entire box, and keep in mind, you cannot use gems on the selection box. You can, but only up to 10 times. So you just shouldn't do it whatsoever. It's just not efficient. When instead, you could go to the 50% off sales, or even if there isn't a 50% off sales, just going for 1 or 2 URs in like a mini box, for example, or a main box
Right.
is going to be just way more efficient time-wise. Because like, for example, if you look at all these cards, like having all of these cards, if you're like a top tier competitive player, is relevant. But at the end of the day, if you're going to build Dark Magician, you don't want to spend all your money, get one Navigation, one White Stone of Ancients, one Fiendish Chain, one Vermilion Dragon Mech. You want to get like 2 circles, 2 navigation. It's like you want to be
Right.
more focused on Dark Magician,
And there's
right?
16 URs too. So if you're after that Fiendish Chain, you're after that Stratos,
Exactly.
the possibility of getting one is rather low.
Also, these are old selection boxes. So
Yes.
the power of selection box is not so much that there's a lot of good URs in these packs, because there are. And in reality, if you have infinite resources, as in real life money, because again, there's a limit on how many gems you can actually spend on this. If you have infinite income, you can go into these boxes and you can build really good card pool by getting a bunch of URs, a bunch of SRs that are very relevant in the metagame, right? Like this one has Necro Valley, has Anki, has the Deanne, Noble Knight Madral. Let's go one time.
Oh, come on now. Get out of here.
But like at the end of the day, I don't want to be pulling Ultimate Moth or whatever. But if you want to just be a collector and have them, sure, whatever. But if you're looking for value, absolutely no way. Because one, these are old boxes, so the advantage of having them isn't even as strong as it used to be. Because back in the day, when these first came out, if you got Stratos, if you got Fiendish Chain, you have access to all these decks and all these plays that no one had for up to a year,
Right.
which is a huge competitive advantage if you're a competitive player and your main focus this game is tournaments and you're winning money. You're playing high enough and you're playing decks where you're actually winning money in this game. Then it's worth it at that point to invest in a selection box. I don't recommend doing so, but you can. Then it's worth it. But these, as Fiendish Changes came out in the main box, we only really have Stratos left to get from that box. And then this one, the mini, we've already gotten Karma Cut, which is like arguably one of the best cards in here. And then the other one being Leveneer, right? Those are really the only two that you really, really want, with everything else kind of being okay at best.
I was gonna say about
And
Karma Cut. If you really want Karma Cut, go to the new mini, and you'll at least get Valkyries along with it. And that's my biggest
yeah,
problem with all these selection boxes is you're gonna spend a lot of money, or you're gonna waste some gems on there, and you're not even gonna get a deck. Now
yeah,
Valkyries
you get
aren't
like
great.
half a deck.
Valkyries aren't great, but you can cog with them. You can play
Right.
them. There's nothing in
Mhm.
here that you're gonna do that with. That's the
It's
problem.
enticing to go for these because you're like, oh, it's 200 gems, but I get so many cards out of it. But getting a whole bunch of cards, but not getting multiple copies of it, you may as
Hmm.
well just not even have those cards to begin with, because it's like you have to just top deck into them. It's
Well,
just
I'm
not
looking
worth
at
it. It really
I'm
isn't.
looking at this one. It's got Triamids in it. You do get the Golem, you get the
You get Vindrids.
Master, and you get the Cruiser, but you don't get everything you need to build the whole deck. And how about
Yeah.
vendors? Do you get the whole thing? Oh, I guess you do get the Huntress
You do
deck
get,
and
I think you do
the
actually get all of
Dancer.
Vindrids, and you do get Master in here. So you can build like a deck, but to get through a selection box is like,
So
I think
expensive.
I think someone said, I think a mini is like 100, almost $100 to get through it. And
Yeah.
again, you don't want to spend your gems. These are not gem efficient whatsoever.
Now, don't listen to your friends. Don't listen to that guy on
Yeah,
Reddit that was like, I went into the new main selection box and got 3 Fiendish Chain with 2,000 gems.
they're
Now,
probably lying.
that can happen. That can happen. It's rare, but you're not that guy. All right.
Yeah,
That's not going to happen to you. So don't even
you're gonna
try.
get scammed, dude. You're gonna
Yeah.
get every you are except that one, and you have to go into real money. So unless you have income that you don't care where it goes, or you're just an extremely competitive player and you're willing to whale on this game, do not do it. It's not worth for a free to play player. It's not worth it for a new player. It's not worth it for a returning player. It's not
Mm-mm.
worth it for a dolphin player. This is for the big boys to play, to put down money on and spin the game and support the game.
Right.
And again, even if that was worth it, I'd still say no, because almost all these cards are fully out, and it's better to just go into the box that you're looking to get that specific card from. If a selection box came out and all the URs were staples, that'd be amazing. Like, for example, this one that you're on, there's Sphere Karibo, Mirror Wall, Gazuki. These are all fantastic cards. You know what isn't fantastic though? Soul Exchange, 1,000 Tools of the Bandits, Magic
This
Drain,
one, the
whatever that
ninja one.
ninja card is. I
Yeah.
don't even know the name of it. Like, these are not good cards. The Psychic card, you do not want to be pulling
Oh,
these.
the
Do
board.
not want to.
This card was hot at one time. I tell you, sir, it was.
But like, you do not want to be pulling
Right.
these cards in a selection box type situation
No.
where you do want the Sphere Karibo, and instead you could just go get Sphere Karibo right now, 50% off gym sale, or you can just wait for a future 50% gym sale, or if you have a dream ticket that you're not, and you have all
There's
these
a
staples,
bundle. You can
go
get
for it.
one. You can dream ticket a second one, and you don't necessarily need a third. You can get away
Yeah.
with two.
2 is like the most played anyway in most decks. So that's why I tell people, do not go in the selection boxes. They are there to bait you, and they're shiny and everything, but unless you're willing to spend real money, it's not even going to be worth it. Now, if they lifted the restriction and you could spend as many gems as you wanted on the selection
That's
box,
different.
that might be a different
Yeah.
situation even then, and it's still probably mathematically better to just go straight for whatever you
Right.
want. But the fact that you can only do this 10 times and there are 60 packs total in here, yeah, that is insane.
Well, they get
when
you with,
think
you're
about
going
it.
to get an SR in every one or whatever. They
Yeah,
guarantee an
and
SR.
I might be wrong on this. I don't remember off the top of my head, but I do believe every time the selection box comes back, it automatically resets as well.
Oh, ouch.
So
Yeah.
that is even worse. So if you're not even willing to go in all in one moment and you're
Mhm.
going to hold it off for a little bit, you may potentially lose your place in the box as well. So keep that in mind as well.
I'm just looking at this latest one, which would be quote unquote the best one.
The best one. Yeah.
Well, you got Goyo Guardian. Is that available somewhere else now?
I actually don't know about that one.
I believe
the
I
only,
have
the
6,
only,
so it must be. It must be.
Oh yeah.
So
The only one that's
Stratos, right?
really is the Stratos. Yeah,
Right,
that's
but
the
I was
one,
just saying,
which
what's
you
good
have
in here?
quite a bit too.
Goyo is pretty good, but it looks like it's available somewhere else because I have 6. Stratos is really good. It's only available here. Chain is available somewhere else. Vermilion Dragon Mech, is that somewhere else? Yeah, that's got to be somewhere else. Yeah. Or Mateys, you're not going in after our Mateys. This is somewhere else. You don't want this. That's somewhere else. I mean,
Yeah,
all this
everything
stuff,
else should be. I do believe it's only the Stratos.
at
Maybe
this point.
Goyo. No, I think Goyo's out. I'm pretty sure Goyo's out. It's really just Stratos. So unless
Yeah.
you are dying to play heroes, and even then, you got to be willing to spend all the real monies on it. It's just not worth
Right.
putting your gems down for it. It's just not worth it. So the short answer,
No.
if you have to ask, no, do not do it.
And the long answer, no.
That is the long answer.
Yeah, don't do
go for
it.
It's literally only that specific instance type of player that's either highly competitive or does not care about the resources that he's spending on the game, because it doesn't affect him in his real life.
Well,
If you don't fall in those two categories, do not invest.
And another one, don't listen to your friends. Don't listen to people on Reddit. Don't listen to the comments where they say selection boxes are good to build like a general card pool. It's nice to have a general card pool, but if the cards don't work together, it's useless.
Yeah,
You know what
exactly.
I mean?
It sounds great in theory, right?
Yeah.
Like in theory, you look at the box, like for example, the box you're in right now, you see the Fiendish Chain, right? And then if you go to the right a little bit, you're going to see cards like the White Stone of Ancients. You're going to see Plague Spreader, Gold Sarcophagus, which I think is actually a structure only, if I'm not mistaken. The Card of Constance, the Navy. All these in their own are great. Dimensional prison. These are all great on their own. But yeah, like together, when you put them together, it doesn't fit.
Yeah,
When
are you gonna throw
instead,
them all in
you
one
can-
deck together?
you could just take that same amount of gems, go invest it into Dark Magician, and have an immediate meta deck.
Right.
You can go invest it into Blue Eyes and immediately have a meta deck instead of investing it into this. And yes, you got a White Stone, but then you also got a navigation and a dimension. Like it's all just one until you fully restart the
Right.
box,
It's
which
better just to
is
go
just
into a mini.
devastating if
Yeah.
you restart it. So,
I'd rather have a
so
complete deck than just a bunch of random
yeah.
cards.
So if you're going to be like free to play or kind of like Dolphin, not pay to win, the best way is find whatever that top card is, which was Fiendish Chain, right?
Mhm.
Draw until you get Fiendish Chain, restart. Fiendish Chain, restart. I don't care about the other cards. Fiendish Chain, restart, or Stratos, restart. That's really how you do it with selection boxes. It's
But
a
you got to
terrible
have the money to
system.
do it. You got to have money
Yeah,
because
exactly,
you only get
exactly.
10 pulls and you're not
Yeah,
going to get
and
lucky.
that's it. Yeah, and that's 2,000 gems. Holy cannoli! So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean it's a terrible system. Konami should definitely address it, and that's why it's a new player trap. And new players, they waste their gems. They may even waste some money. And you know the selection box, in my personal opinion, of talking to my close friends that play this game, this has been the number one thing that really irritates them about the game, that they just can't get over. And some of them even get drawn into pulling from it, waste money, waste whatever, and then it's like a year later, you know, they're complaining because like, oh, Fiendish Chain's officially out, and I'm like, yeah, it's good for the game. They're like, yeah, but not good for me because I spent like $300 to get it, and I'm just like,
Right.
ah.
But if you're playing
Sorry,
competitively, you probably want to do that. But if you're just like
but if
us,
you're playing
just playing,
competitively, you're
yeah.
also, you know, not looking at this video. Yeah, you're
Right,
like, yeah, I'm just gonna
exactly.
buy it anyway. So there you go, boys.
Yep, that's it.
That's the answer. No,
Yeah, don't do it. Don't
don't
listen
do
to
it.
your friends. Don't listen to Reddit. Don't do
Yeah.
it.
There you
All
go.
right. We're gonna get out of here, but you guys know what to do at this point in the video. But make sure to get into our Discord because that's where we host all our tournaments, and you can come in and ask us these questions directly in our Discord and ask for videos like this one in our Discord. We'd
There you
love to
go.
make them for you. So we're gonna get out of here. I'm Circus. That's right.
See you later.